Hello everyone, welcome back. The Small Soldier Squad Commander of the Gorgonite campaign. So, we only have one level left, which means this might take 30 minutes, might take an hour. Not sure this is the last mission, which means it's gonna be a pain. Luckily, we are on easy mode, not the hard one. You'll need to find the head of Ship Hasbro and a baby doll head and mix their personalities to make new and improved commandos. So yeah, also change the key there before you can smell it. Kip and Punchit have the best throwing arms. That's actually useful information. It explains why Punchit was throwing things pretty decently far away. I mean, technically, he's not bad for, throwing grenades and stuff. No reason why I like Punchit. So we have Trace 7 Hill to get through the whole mission.
I'm here for you!
Yeah, I'm sure Global Tech is behind, life and stuff. No, Global Touch is up front, it's Hasbro. Hasbro's making toys that are planning world domination.
Buck wild, baby!
Oh, Jesus, gang. By the way, 5 feet away, here's everyone. Why did you guys just let him do that?
Oh no, they're onto me.
Yeah, well, that's good.
No mercy, no mercy, no mercy!
Yo. What now? With pleasure.
That's
with pleasure.
Nonsense.
You got it. With pleasure.
Traps.
Without hesitation.
On
Why
top
am I
of
over
it.
here? I don't know. Is that Monopoly money? What's that?
Without hesitation.
Just big stack of Monopoly money.
What do you need? Wise decision. What do you need?
So there's multiple barrels. Don't you
Wise
dare
decision.
do that.
Without hesitation.
There we go.
What now? You're talking. With pleasure. On
So what's
top
in here?
of it.
What's
Now
behind
you're
it?
talking. Of it. With pleasure.
Hi guys.
I'm with pleasure. Yup. What now? Over. Now you're talking. Need something smashed? What now? On top of it. On
Two.
top of it.
Boop.
What now? With pleasure. On top of it. Yo.
So here's the thing.
With pleasure.
Grenade.
On
Grenade.
top of it. On
Grenade.
top of it. Need something smashed? On top of
Aqua,
it.
go in here. Go back here. Double punch it.
Yo.
Yo.
On top of
I
it.
think we're relatively fine uphill. I mean,
With
to be fair, they
pleasure.
have to go through that nonsense.
With
I never go
pleasure.
through that nonsense. So, now then, we got our binoculars. It's time to deploy the Aqua to, do the things. Reminder, what Aqua can do. Is that Aqua is great for that nonsense. Oh, and then we did that. This one, sadly, yeah, is that what you said? It's exactly what you said.
What do you need?
On top of it.
Wise decision.
With pleasure. With pleasure. On top of
nope.
it.
I barely got the
You can't come to
You got it. With pleasure. Now you're
Oh
talking.
God, press.
On top of it. With pleasure.
Jeez.
Wise decision.
Are those toy tanks? Maybe.
On top of it.
Without hesitation.
Now you're talking.
Without hesitation.
With pleasure.
Without hesitation.
Yeah, that's
On top of it.
yeah.
On top of it.
Oh, geez.
Pleasure.
No fair, I barely
On
got
top
the...
of it.
No mercy, no mercy, no mercy!
Yup. Now you're talking. You got it. What now? With pleasure.
That's unfortunate.
With pleasure. Now. Yup. Discontinue. With pleasure. With pleasure. With
So the
pleasure.
problem,
With
though,
pleasure.
Yeah, probably.
Yo, with pleasure. What now? With pleasure.
Gonna need
With
those.
pleasure. Yo, with pleasure.
What do you need?
Yo,
That'd be easy enough to send an ocular.
on top of it.
Grab
With
that.
pleasure.
Wise
Oh
decision.
no, I think this here is just getting to this room. So...
Prepared to
yeah,
fight.
Matt's fear about. So yeah, just sending a tip out, Akala. So go kick the head, because you know, all we have to do is go across this. Like, you could stop that if you need to, but... fuck off, phone. Damn it. Okay, where's the Alright, getting annoyed. This isn't bad. It says I got distracted and set off this zone. Yeah, all you need to do is that's it. Doesn't matter if you get knocked off. Doesn't do any damage. That's all I'm saying. Okay. I don't remember where I need to take it though. That's the problem. This matters. This is just a good one of those. We should go make a pile. Cause I don't. To be fair, I think I'm probably going to need the pile. I'm just going to, you know, go over here and put things here. But I think there's probably someplace up in this area. So let's. Oof, a bit close though. So let's go grab pass. Go back. Toward pass. Go grab upper pass. Bring them over here. You know, obviously with the final mission we need excessive amounts of pass keys. Okay, go back at the move. Okay, you guys.
What now? On top of it. With pleasure. Yo. What now? Yo. On top of it. With pleasure. On top of it. I'm out of here.
Well, that was my bad. That
Yo.
was
On top
What
of
do you need?
100% my bad.
Yo.
I forgot that's what the blue laser was. Whoops. My bad.
Prepared to
On
fight.
top of it. On top of it. On top of it.
Nope.
With pleasure.
No
Akala,
mercy, no
why
mercy,
would
no
you
mercy,
do
no mercy.
Without hesitation.
Akala's how like, oh
With
no, you guys are
pleasure.
being attacked. Even though I don't have line of sight, I'm just gonna move over here instead. It'll be great. Dead. Good bomb.
What now? Yo. On top of it. Yo. With pleasure. Yo.
Wise decision.
Pleasure coming.
No fair, I barely got
Pleasure.
the.
Stop.
No fair, I barely got the.
With pleasure. Yo.
Just,
With
yeah.
pleasure. On top of it. What now? With pleasure. What now? With pleasure. What now? On top of it. What now? With pleasure. With pleasure. On top of it.
Okay. One check. Make sure I'm actually recording voice. Okay, good. And make sure.
On top of it.
Okay, we're fine. Fine.
What now?
Let's punch it.
Yo, with pleasure.
Grenades. Tempting. Anyway, Uncle, I need you to line aside, cause, you know, this nonsense. I also need you to get rid of this nonsense in my way. Okay, is there anyone who can manipulate through this? No. Okay. I won't get rid of the stupid stuff. That's fine. Pie. Oh,
What now?
here's the thing.
Yo,
If I had to
with
be
pleasure.
honest with this, we have the best. They have the best throwing range.
With
Yeet.
pleasure. Incoming! With pleasure. Incoming! Oh!
I'll take it. Aquila, go get me a vision over here.
What now?
Ouch. Go murder. I mean, yeah.
What now?
No fair, I barely got
On
the.
top
There
of
we
it.
go.
On top of it. With pleasure. What now? With pleasure.
Wait, where's my red? I thought it said drop the red here somewhere.
Yo,
Where's the red?
what now?
Where's the red?
On top of it. On top of it.
Well, at
With
least I
pleasure.
found it.
On
Didn't
top
realize we
of
could
it.
drop things on top
What
of them.
now?
Damn.
Yo, on top of it.
That's what
On
we probably
top
need.
of
We
it.
probably need literally
What
all
now?
of these two.
On
No.
top of it.
Problem
Yo.
solved. Okay.
With pleasure. With pleasure. What
Well,
now?
is
What now? With pleasure.
I don't remember what purple card is.
On top of it. Yo.
Remember, don't send them in. Make sure we have line of sight. Because the last thing we need is, you know, pew pew, and then everyone just decides, hey, let's go walk through the grid.
Yo. Yo.
And
Yo.
so yeah, we're going
With pleasure.
to get to the main
What
area.
now? With pleasure.
Prince Aquila, I'm gonna need you to scout. Not a fan.
What now? With pleasure.
Not a fan.
Yo.
They all group up though. Attempt to throw some grenades down. They all group up good.
With pleasure. With pleasure. Heads up. Heads up.
No mercy, no
With
mercy, no
pleasure.
mercy!
With pleasure. With pleasure. On
You guys
top of it.
stay though.
What now? On top of it.
Yeah, this one was dangerous for you guys. Probably is. I don't know if I trust that. Let's say before we test this, I'm not sure if I trust Akila's range.
No mercy, no mercy, no mercy, no mercy!
Perfect. Well, I'm not sure if we can pull it off, Akila did it, everyone. Oh, there's the chip head. Look at all that stuff, though. Problem, though, is welcome to having. This is not good area for a.
Yo.
No.
Yo. On top of it.
Like, I would like you to
On
go
top of it.
watch.
On top
Stop,
of it.
because he's
With
gonna walk
pleasure.
right into
With
it,
pleasure. With
And I know
pleasure.
that.
With pleasure. On top of it. On
I'm
top
not
of it.
prepared for that nonsense.
Yo. With pleasure.
And
With
so,
pleasure.
man
With
removed
pleasure.
one. I've had high
With
guys.
pleasure. With pleasure. On top of it. On top of it.
Hi, Nick, you want Papa too?
With
Nope, you want
pleasure.
Papa?
On top of
Oh,
it.
you don't want to get hit by this thing?
What now? With pleasure. On top of it. With
You
pleasure.
guys just want to go past this thing?
Yo,
You want to
I'm
walk into it?
out of here.
This game makes me mortgage. Makes me almost. It's just. Yeah. That AI.
What now? On
Oh, yeah, we're just
top
gonna
of
walk
it.
past the thing.
With pleasure.
God, there's two of them now.
On top of it.
Problem, there was a freaking timing on that
Overload!
That's what I was hoping for.
What now?
Okay, we're gonna
On
do some
top
this.
of it.
Since
With
we're
pleasure.
safe because I don't trust the AI to help you. Will I tell you?
On top of it.
You get to that. You get that. Well, you get that for Christmas. The rest, that's just moot.
Yo. With pleasure. With
Yeah,
pleasure.
problem here though is they
With pleasure.
they
with
doesn't
pleasure.
really work right.
Yo.
This nonsense.
With pleasure.
Nope.
I'm
You.
out of here. With pleasure. Overload. With pleasure. On top of it. On top of it. No! With pleasure.
I'm trying my best.
With pleasure.
I'm trying my best. The problem is I
With
keep
pleasure.
spawning.
I'm
Egypt.
out of here.
Okay. Wait. You know, nope. I'm actually gonna reload. Fuck that shit. I didn't spend all this time building these guys
What
just to
now?
walk into the stupid thing because
Yo.
more spawn.
On top of it.
Fucking melee.
On top of it. On top of
You
it.
guys all go in
With
here.
pleasure.
You're safe. And I'm
What
gonna
now?
be freaking idiots.
With pleasure. With pleasure. With pleasure. With pleasure. With pleasure. What
Okay,
now?
it's fine.
With pleasure.
There you go.
With
Good
pleasure.
days, good days. Okay. Piece of fucking shit, fuck. I'm just gonna run into it. I missed shooting him, so I'm just gonna run in and die instantly because, you know, not what I told you to do. I told you to hit him, but nope, you let him just go wild outside, so you did that instead. Ugh. Pain. There.
Overload.
Wait for you to show up. Oh, for F sakes, there's enough.
Yo.
Yeah, 'cause
On
this one
top of it.
sucks really bad. 'Cause
What now? Overload. On top of it.
I literally need to move everyone across hill. Everyone across hill.
With pleasure.
The problem though
What
is the
now?
AI
On top of it.
isn't great at this shit right here.
On
I have
top
to
of it.
literally do this
On
manually.
top of it. What now? With pleasure. On top of it. On top of it. On top of it. What now? On top of it. With pleasure. On top of it. Out of here. On top
I'm
of
not
it.
sure if I need
With pleasure. What now? With pleasure.
I'm not sure. Get
With
ready.
pleasure.
If you don't want.
With pleasure.
No mercy, no
With
mercy, no
pleasure.
mercy.
Yo, I'm out of here. Yo, with pleasure. Yo,
No mercy, no
On
mercy,
top
no
of it.
mercy.
what now? On top of it. With pleasure. Yo. With pleasure. On top of it. On top of it. On top of it. On top
So,
of
I'm
it.
curious what this is.
On
But
top of it.
what does this do?
On top of
Oh.
it.
Cool.
On top of it.
So
with
technically
pleasure.
though, why would I want to do that when I could just grab the key anyway?
On top of
I
it.
don't know.
Yo. On top of it. With pleasure. With pleasure. With pleasure. With pleasure. Yo, with pleasure. Yo, with pleasure. On top of it. With pleasure. On top of it. With pleasure. I barely got the. What now? With pleasure. With pleasure. With
Okay.
pleasure. On top of it.
No fair. I barely
On
got to.
top of it. With pleasure. On top of it.
Oh jeez, we need help.
On top of it. On top of it.
Go to Nick up.
On top of it. With
Oh,
pleasure.
jeez. I'm not trusting our help.
On
I
top
don't
of
know if I
it.
could get these guys
On
through
top
help.
of it.
Stratego.
With pleasure. On top of it. On top of it. On top of it. Out of here. With pleasure. Hands down. With pleasure. On top of it. With pleasure. With pleasure. Out of here.
Now I have to retrain and send everyone through this way. Yes. Not fun game.
What now? On top of it.
It's unfortunate, BS. Yeah,
Yo,
at
on
least
top
we
of
know what the
it.
key is.
On
Probably
top
should go
of
deal
it.
with that shit.
With pleasure. With pleasure.
Yeah, take the ship with me.
With
Get
pleasure.
across the same.
With pleasure.
Okay.
On top of it.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing is...
On top of it.
Yeah, my main problem with the game
With pleasure.
Okay, so the traps... I mean, they're a decent idea. It's just the AI
On
is...
top of it. With pleasure.
Well,
On
seriously,
top
before
of it.
AI was very defined in
pleasure.
games. Very much.
On top of it.
It's not
With
great.
pleasure. With pleasure. With
It's bare
pleasure.
minimum at basic.
On top of it. On top of it. What now?
Because it's bare
With
minimum
pleasure.
at basic. It
On
requires
top
a
of it.
lot of manual
On
input
top of it.
because...
On top of it.
Because it needs its handheld
On top of
constantly,
it.
otherwise it's going to
With
shit.
pleasure. With pleasure.
Like, oh no,
On
someone's
top
attacking,
of
I
it.
need to run through the
On
vents.
top of it. With pleasure. What now?
Yeah, and then half the time it's like, oh, well, it didn't aggro everyone. Then one time it's like, oh, well, Ocular was like way over here and decided, I'm going to run all the way over here and
On
right into
top
this
of
thing
it.
because, you know,
With pleasure.
I just decided this time to be an idiot.
What now?
The problem though
On
is once
top
we
of
get that
it.
thing bang, we're still going to go back though, probably.
On top of
Fast
it.
and super stupid. If there was a way to turn this off, I would appreciate
With
it.
pleasure.
Just because this one's
With
definitely
pleasure.
just in my way and being
What
useless.
now? On top of it. On top of it. With pleasure.
Like, you know, just turn the
On
steam vents
top of
off
it.
so I can actually do something.
With pleasure.
Could you slow down
With
though?
pleasure. Yo.
Well,
On
slow
top
down,
of
that just
it.
pissed me off.
On top of it. On top
Anyway.
of it. With pleasure. With pleasure. What now? With pleasure. On top of it.
I don't
With
trust those
pleasure.
two at the same time.
With pleasure.
Like
On
if they walk
top of
like
it.
side by side, they might make it, but one's gonna try to go behind the other and dead.
On top of it.
Like that. Well, you made it.
On
Surprise.
top of it. What now?
Now we save because I don't trust your AI.
With pleasure.
Grab as many of those that you can.
On top of
So
it.
we need to go
On
get
top of
back
it.
that.
With
regardless
pleasure.
of anything.
On top of it. On top of it. With pleasure.
Chico.
With
Go
pleasure.
finish him off. You.
Oh no! They're
Try to
onto
get me a
me.
line of sight though.
Yo, with
Before I
pleasure.
go up.
With pleasure.
Okay, I'm pretty
With
sure I know how
pleasure.
this works.
With pleasure.
Immense master. I don't know why this thing's set up just like this. Perfectly for us to, you know, do this, but
Yo. Yo.
shrug.
On top of it. Yo. What now? What now?
So
On
I don't know
top
why
of it.
they designed this whole thing. So
On
hey,
top of it.
we're gonna have a baby doll hill. No.
On top of it.
Next to, you know, commandos,
On
so that
top
way
of
you can
it.
mix their personalities.
Yo.
But why would you
With
set it up
pleasure.
that way? That seems like
With
something I should
pleasure.
do, but no, it's alright there. Okay, now we're going to need that. Yep, which means we need to send literally everyone back across.
On top of it. Yo. On top of it.
Can you imagine how tedious that's
With
gonna be?
pleasure.
Because I can, and I hate it already. That might be something downhill. Like two of them.
Yo. On top of it. On top of it.
You know what I'm thinking? I think
On
we
top
should
of
throw,
it.
because we have best throw. So.
Heads up. With pleasure. Heads up.
No mercy, no
On
mercy,
top
no
of it.
Look
mercy.
at all those conditions. I don't know if +1 damage actually applies to throw.
On
though.
top of it. On top of it. On top of it. Yo. What now?
There we go.
On top of it. Yo.
Come on.
Yo.
No.
What
Go
now?
grab that. Come on.
What now?
Store and stop seems to be a problem too.
What now?
Okay.
What
at that
now?
post
On
stuff.
top of it.
You don't want that happening
What now?
now. This is
With
gonna
pleasure.
suck. Save.
What now?
Okay, now we have to literally go all the way back through.
With pleasure.
Yep.
With pleasure.
All the way back
On
through.
top of it.
Just so I can go in here. Just so I can reach that.
With pleasure. On top of it. Yo. With pleasure. With pleasure. With pleasure. On top of it. With pleasure. With pleasure. What now? With pleasure. On top of it. With pleasure. With pleasure. Yo. On top of it. With pleasure. With pleasure. On top of it.
Okay, we got this.
On top of it.
Man, this did give me a headache. Though.
What now?
The AI. I'm on my own way, or before I do the commander
On
side
top
of
of
things.
it. On top of it. On top
Oof.
of it.
The AI.
With pleasure. What now? With pleasure. On top of it. With pleasure. On top of it. On top of it. Yo. On top of it.
Or like, are you gonna actually start
With
them?
pleasure.
Just a second
On
to
top
think
of it.
about.
With
But you don't
pleasure.
want 'em, you know, that's the thing when it
With
starting and
pleasure.
stopping.
What now?
Okay. Now, we made everyone go across. Ugh. That was...
Yo,
that was
with pleasure.
okay, who has the thing?
What now? On top of it.
Oh, what we got? We got a lot of them. Okay.
Yo, on
Go
top
pick
of
that?
it. On
Come
top of
Come
it.
on. You can do it. There you go. You picked it up. So
On
many
top.
grenades.
Heads up. On top.
Grenades.
With pleasure.
Just a reinforcement.
On top of it. Heads up.
No mercy, no mercy, no mercy!
Yeah,
With
grenades.
pleasure. On top of it.
That's
No mercy, no mercy, no mercy!
On top of it.
No mercy, no mercy, no
With
mercy!
pleasure. What now? With pleasure. On top of it. Yo. On top of it. What now?
So, kip
What
bots,
now?
trip bots.
Yo. On
What you
top
got
of
in
it.
here?
Oh no! They're onto me.
That's go tell me.
What now? With pleasure. Oh no! They're onto me. Incoming! I barely got on top of it.
Yeah, okay.
With pleasure.
2 more bots, is there?
With pleasure. On top of it.
Yeah,
On
go destroy
top
that.
of it.
And we should be fine.
With pleasure.
Okay. So, our objective was to do that. Now all I have to do is push the bot,
On top of it.
and now they're being produced. And
Fellow
cuts.
Gorgonites, I give you the new Commando Elite Brigade.
Cause this was 90s, by the way.
What grace and balance!
Rick has such a pleasant smile.
His gun would never have matched that handbag.
Brothers, what do you think of the Commando aggressors
That's
now?
the thing.
Whoa! Looks like I was worried for nothing. You guys had those commandos under control the whole time. Oh, these new models are quite the dainty ones, aren't they?
They're less dangerous that way.
I hope you're right. I tried to get help, but no one would believe me. As a
Yeah, of
matter
course no
fact,
one would
my
listen.
parents grounded me for 2 whole weeks.
Yeah,
I
he's
had to
grounded.
sneak out just
Yay.
to come and get you guys. If I don't get back home, I'm gonna be in big trouble.
Grounded? That's nothing.
Indeed, we just saved the world. Grounded, we'll have you out of that by supper time.
Oh, hold on a minute, guys. I forgot my hat.
Mother!
Okay, and you stepped on it. Well, there you go. So yeah, that was the Gorgonite one. Cause you know. Ambition. So now the commander can no longer take over the world somehow, because you know, I'm not entirely sure. My question though is, where was all the adults during this? They just came into my store, made the nacho cheese and stuff go everywhere, set up a bunch of mouse traps with cherry bombs on them. Yeah, I didn't pay them any mind. Like seriously. It's just... And they broke into all these houses and, you know, set up all these traps out. Well, where's everyone else? Where's the people in this world? But anyway, that's time. We do the command to release. But that's for next time. I need a break. My head hurts. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all and have a nice day.